Sometimes I have to speak without my accent, and I don't like it. But I hope you can understand me. Can you understand me? Yes, I am loud enough. Oh, perfetto, I'm so happy. Oh. A tall woman with long, straight black hair, a deep widow's peak, coal black, thick eyebrows, bright red lips, painted black fingernails, and an almost white alabaster complexion, placed one finger on the doorbell. Then she carefully lifted her floor-length black velvet gown so as not to trip on it, and stepped up on the threshold. With a glad flourish of her flowing cape, she gracefully entered the living room, filled with glad sounds of merriment and laughter. "Good evening," came her accented, rather husky, even sexy sounding voice. "Let me introduce myself. I am the Contessa Maria Corabella Sugrabusco from the country of Dracula. He was my great-great-grandfather. I am so happy to meet you all here tonight." The group of revelers stopped what they were doing and stared at this strange, mysterious woman who just interrupted their animated conversations. The hostess immediately walked over to her. "I'm so glad you joined us. Would you like a drink?" "That would be wonderful. Thank you so much," came her reply. And with another flourish, she twirled off her cape and revealed a low-cut bodice with loose hanging open sleeves, normally seen in medieval times. She then extended her pale alabaster fingers toward the glass that had been offered, her red lips smiling slightly. She circulated amongst the guests and engaged in colorful conversations. Two young women moved closer to the Contessa, intrigued. Where did you say you're from?" Tanya asked. "Dracula was from Transylvania, in Romania, and so am I," she replied. "How do you know Gail?" Carrie then asked. "About 20 years ago, Gail was visiting a friend in Austria. They traveled by automobile up in the mountain border between Austria and Slovakia. There was a little cafe there, and I was sitting outside at the table. Gail asked me where the toilet was, and I pointed at the doorway. We got into a conversation, and we became fast friends. Gail is really crazy. She's so much fun." Both women spoke almost simultaneously, rolling their eyes and nodding their heads in unison. "Yes, we know. I've never seen anyone with such a pliable face. She makes everyone laugh with her funny faces and joking around," Tanya said, who looked directly at Carrie and continued. "Do you remember one Christmas when she managed to get into a huge cloth Christmas gift wrap bag and closed the bag by tying the red ribbon at the top around her neck?" "Oh boy, I sure remember that," Carrie responded. "She looked like a Christmas present. Then someone put that green and red battery elf hat on her head, turned on the switch. Then the top of the hat undulated back and forth, and jingle bells began to play. I laughed so hard that tears were streaming down my face. Every time I think about it, I start to laugh," Tanya chimed in. She looked over at the chuckling Contessa and then asked, "Do you live in the U.S. now?" "No, I don't live here. When Gail told me about this party, I decided to come over for a visit. Single, really." "Wow, you came to the U.S. just for this party?" questioned Tanya. Yes. I could not miss it. I am so happy I came over here. Glancing at her watch, Carrie said, well, it's getting late, and I have to get up early for work in the morning. I hope we see you again, Contessa, said Carrie. I really enjoyed meeting you, Tanya added enthusiastically. As it turned out, the Contessa stayed until everyone left. She and Gail were deep in conversation. Gail moved closer to her, and they gave each other a tight, lingering hug. Thanks so much for coming to my Halloween party, she gushed. Normally, I'm the one who's the life of the party. Thanks for taking over that role. I really needed a break. Everyone absolutely loved your costume, and no one could believe that you were my sister Peggy. You know what? You surprised me too.